Welcome to the practice questions of chapter 1. I hope you have gone through the concept lecture. If you have not, I request you to please go through the concept lectures before attempting these practice questions. I also request you to please pause the video before each question so that you can try the questions yourself before looking at the explanation. Let's look at the first question. Now the first question says, 2/4 of the committee dash in favor of the new grading system started by the school authorities. Now, basically what we want to do is we want to fill this verb. Now, 2/4 of the committee dash in favor. Who is in favor? I'll ask who is in favor. I'll get the answer as committee. But what type of committee? 2/4 of the committee. Now, I know committee is a collective noun and collective noun are singular subjects. This we have already done in the concept. So the logic tells me any percentage of singular will also be singular, which means 2/4 of the committee will also act as singular subject. Therefore, the verb needed here will be a singular verb. That's the answer that we need to find. Going through the options, were is a plural verb, so that's eliminated. Are is eliminated. Plural, have and have been, both are plural verbs, therefore eliminated. So the answer to this question is, which is a singular verb. I hope you have understood this. Let's move on to the next question. Now, the next question is a nice question. It says, it was the daughter's concern, not her shoutings, that dashed her brother to focus hard. Now, please pay attention here. When you have two commas separated by a sentence, typically the sentence acts as a non-essential information, which means this part of the sentence is not needed to solve the question. So the moment I've realized it's a non-essential information, I'll not even look at it. So it should be, it was the daughter's concern that dashed her brother to focus hard. So which means what is motivating her brother? It is the concern. Concern is a singular subject, which means again the verb needed has to be singular. Now again, eliminating all plural verbs, you end up with one answer and it has to be has motivated. I hope this is clear. Let's move on to the next question. Let's look at an intermediate level of question. It says, after years of research, a team of doctors. Now that's an important point for me to understand. A team of doctors and medical researchers dash something mothers have been telling children for centuries. We should eat green vegetables and drink 2 glasses of milk every day. Now if you look at all the answer options, they have this common verb as discovered, which means discovered has to come here. So now what we need to find out is who discovered. After years of research, a team of doctors and medical researchers dash something mothers discovered something, which means who discovered is what we need to answer. And we realized who discovered is nothing but the team discovered. So team is a collective noun and collective nouns are singular subjects, which means the answer here will be a singular verb. Now eliminate all plural verbs, have, are and were. You're left with these two options. Now between these two options, if you see, been is unnecessary because been refers to an action that continues. So since the question here is of past tense, I will select this as an answer. I hope this is clear. Let's move on to the next question. Now the next question is another intermediate level. It says, identify the sentence that are correct in terms of grammar. Okay. So let me read sentence A. Passing disparaging comments on a colleague's integrity invites, so that's your verb. So ask the verb what. So what invites severe and equally intense backlash? You will realize it is the disparaging comments. Now comments is a plural subject, but invites is a singular verb. Therefore, this sentence is wrong. Instead of invites, it should have been invite. So we have realized that A is wrong. Let's go to the second option. It says many a bright boy has trained his sights on an IT career. A bright boy is a phrase which is singular, and therefore this verb is also singular. So this looks to be an absolutely right argument. C says 13 minutes time are needed. What are needed? 13 minutes time, but 13 minutes is an absolute quantity. So if you look at here, absolute quantity are always singular, which means instead of are it should be is. So I know this is also wrong. Let's look at the last one. Every one of the girls, again my subject is everyone. Everyone is singular, I know. So likes is also a singular verb. So this sentence is absolutely correct. So which are the two statements that we have got correct? B and D, and this looks to be the right answer. Let's move on to the next question. Let's look at the next question. Now it says, let's read the first option. It says John along with his friends are baking cake. Now as I told you, along with always takes the first noun. First noun John is singular. So instead of are, it should be is. So this is a wrong statement. Let's look at the next one. The number of threats is decreasing. So I ask, what is decreasing? And I get the answer, number is decreasing. So this looks to be absolutely correct. 10 days are required to complete the project. What is required? 10 days. 10 days is an absolute quantity that we have done in the previous question. So it has to be singular. So instead of are, it should be is. So this is a wrong sentence. The minister and his associates are. So whenever you have and, you take it to be plural. So this is a plural verb and therefore it is correct. So B and D are absolutely correct in this case. Let's look at the next question. A number of Raj's friends is coming for the party. Again, my verb is coming. I ask who. Now the number is not coming. Friends are coming. This is an important point. Friends are plural. So instead of is, it should be are. So this is a wrong sentence. The employer and manager. Now, you might think that employer and manager are plural, but the employer and manager are referring to the same person. See, it's like saying, he is my friend, philosopher and guide. You're not referring to three people, you're referring to one individual. So the employer and manager, it should be gives. So this is also wrong. Third sentence is, neither my sisters nor my mother. So again, in this case, I take the second noun. Second noun is singular, so it should have been is. So this is again wrong. Last one says, my pants are torn. What are torn? Pants. Pants are plural, are is plural. Therefore, the only right answer here is D. Let's go to the next question. Neither my father nor my brother agrees. Now, what do you need to check? Second option, brother. Brother is singular. Agrees is singular. This is right. Some of the members of my family is settled. So who is settled? Some of the members. Some is plural. We have checked that in the concept, which means instead of is, it should be are, and this is wrong. Carnivores is flesh eating animals. Carnivores is not a collective noun. It is plural. So it will take a plural verb. Carnivores is plural, but it acts like a collective noun. So it should take singular. This is also right. There are two solutions to this problem. There are two solutions to this problem, which means are and two solutions. Plural and plural verb, plural subject. This is also right. So it should be C and D are the right answers. Let's go to the next one. The manager as well as. Again, we have got a conjunction as well as, which means we'll have to look at the first one. Are. So it should be is. So this is wrong. That the Prime Minister and the Finance Minister. Now look at this one. The Prime Minister, the Finance Minister. If you remember the last question, we had one subject with the other one without the, so we took them as singular. But in this case, we have both correct individually represented through definite article the, which means here and is acting as plural. Visited America for some official work is a secret. So what is a secret? The visit is a secret. So this is correct. Neither of my friends has cleared. This is right. Because I told you neither is always singular without nor. So this is singular. Everyone in the family should understand. Everyone, the moment we say everyone, we realize it is singular subject. There is plural. It should be his / her. Therefore, this sentence is wrong. And the answer should be B and C. I hope you understood this. Please revisit this option while you're revising. Let's go to the next question. A number of people is killed. So again, I ask, who is killed? People. So instead of is, it will be are, because people are plural. So this is wrong. Second one says, Mark and John often study in the library. Study is the verb, and who are studying? Mark and John. So Mark and John are plural, study is plural, so this is right. Martha and me. You never say Martha and me, you always say Martha and I. So this is also wrong. Robin together with his brother. Now, again, conjunction we have together with, which says we need to focus on the first noun, which is Robin. Robin is singular, so instead of are, it should have been is, which means this is also wrong. So the answer is B. So I know that the answer becomes none of these. Let's go to the next one. Now, these are all advanced level questions, so we might have more than one logic that needs to be applied in terms of getting these answers. Let's look at the first question. And here also I would request you to please pause the video for a minute to understand the question carefully, and only after that read or see the explanations. Let's go ahead. The list of animals that. So what is this that referring to? Animals, the nearest noun. Exhibits. Now animals is plural, exhibits is singular, so it should be exhibit. A preference of either using the right or the left hand has been expanded. Now next verb is has. So what is expanded? You have to ask here. You will realize what is expanded is list. So list is singular, so this is correct. So I have to check for one, exhibit. How many options do not have exhibit? Automatically go out. Exhibits is out. 3 options have exhibit. If you look at the last option, it says exhibit the preference. The preference. Do you know any specific preference? Have they talked about any specific preference? The answer is no. So this option is also gone. So between C and D, we'll have to check exhibit a preference in using or for using. In using as a structure is wrong. It should be for using, and therefore the right answer is D. Please revisit the explanation again to clearly understand what we have done. Let's go ahead. Let's look at the next question. Consumption of bread products made from ergot infected grains often trigger. Now the point to understand is this word trigger is the verb. What is triggering? So you will realize what is triggering is the consumption. So consumption becomes your subject. So if it is consumption is singular subject, then trigger should become triggers. That's the first error. So let us look at triggers. How many options do not have triggers is the wrong answer. So A is automatically gone. B has trigger, it is also gone. Now C has triggers, D has triggers, E has trigger, so E is gone. So now you're only left with C and D. Now let's check both. Also causes. What causes a significant reduction? So what causes or what cause is the ergot infected grains? Now this is a tough one. And grains is plural, so you would need a plural verb, cause. Therefore, this gets eliminated and D is the right answer. Let me just repeat it. First point we checked was what is triggering. We realized consumption is triggering because consumption is singular. So triggering has to be singular. So triggers had two options had trigger. The second point is you had to look at this verb cause. What is causing? So you realize that the grains are causing. And that's when we identified it can't be causes because grains are plural, causes is singular, and therefore this option has to be the right answer. Very, very good question to practice. A high advanced level question. Let's go to the next one. Let's go through the next question. It says, noting that the price of oil and other fuel components a major factor. What's the major factor? It's the price. In the cost structure of an airline have. So this is your verb. So what have risen? The price. Now price is singular. So you need a singular verb here. So that's the incorrect, which means all plural verbs have to be eliminated. So gone. This is also eliminated. Will continue to rise has no verb. This is gone. This is gone. So the only option that left is D, which means has risen. What has risen? The price has risen. And if you look at the next part of it, it says the company management was pessimistic about their. What is this there referring to? There is referring to the components in the question. And since components are plural, therefore you needed a plural pronoun to support it. I hope this explanation is clear. Let's go to the next one. Every workday at dawn, the patriarch of one of the city's 5 richest families leaves. So you ask who leaves is mentioned, and you know that the answer is patriarch. Patriarch is singular, so it should be his, which is correct, and walks is also correct because walks is a singular verb and you need a singular verb for a singular subject, which means walk is wrong. This is wrong. Richer families changes the meaning of the sentence, therefore it is wrong. And same is the problem with D. So the answer is A. The sentence itself is absolutely right because the patriarch is singular and it has to take singular verb. So that brings us to the end of all the assessment and practice questions. Hope you have learned a lot about this topic. I request you to practice these type of questions from any source. We shall soon be putting up previous CAT year questions regarding to this topic. Hope to see you soon in the next lecture. Thank you very much.